stands out about yesterday's game?
Well, there's a million things, and that's obviously the difficult part of playing a team like that on the road, just in that environment. Every single excruciating detail in your mind is the difference in the game, and so the key to that is as you take inventory as a coach first and foremost, and our staff certainly has done that of ourselves, and then your unit, and then individually amongst the players, is you learn from it. You take inventory of it, you write it down, you look at it. You don't turn the page yet. You read the page, you digest it, you fix it, and maybe you burn it and move forward. But yeah, there's in that kind of game, 1,000 little tiny details that make the outcome what it was.
Mark, it seemed like the tempo wasn't quite as fast last night. Was that something that was predetermined going in, or was it just how the game wore out or wore on?
Yes and no. How they defend brings up kind of some things where you want to formation things a little bit differently, motion things a little bit differently. But when we were in go fast mode, we weren't going at the tempo we need to be operating at. And so that's something that we'll certainly address and get situated.
Mark, with Charles Nelson coming back and seeing how effective he was that first couple of series, what happened afterwards? Did they just kind of make some adjustments because he didn't catch any balls after the first quarter?
A few things, but yeah, again, they're gonna make some adjustments. We did some things. Charles is a fantastic player, and we're gonna get him the ball, and they're gonna try to defend him. But there's always things that happen through the course of the game that can affect a guy's ability or not to get the ball.
Yes, Coach. Similar to Warren's question, against Eastern Washington, you had like a third down, didn't get it, and then you just quickly got up. I think it was in the goal line and got a touchdown on 4th and 1. When Freeman went over the pile, and then it looked like Adams was trying to hurry it up, and then they called timeout.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just kind of explain that sequence? Was that just what happened? Was that a breakdown or just something?
Well, they called timeout. I think.
You
said exactly what happened. We had the previous play. That whole sequence was bizarre. I think the ball was inches from the goal line, and it was in a different spot. And then we ended up jumping. And then the next play, I'm putting all my chips in that we're scoring right on the snap of their look, and you got to give them credit for making the play, and we'll fix up our end of it. And then goal line plays are there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on down there, and we thought we had 2 good plays. Still think we had 2 good plays. They called timeout on the second one and stopped us.
So you're saying that you were going to snap it on what you saw them, not just go. I mean, like at Eastern Washington, like you just went no matter what.
Yeah, they called timeout. We were in a different. It was a different formation, a different look, and then we changed the play after they called timeout.
Kristen?
Since the beginning of the season, there was some talk that Braylon Addison may not be 100% after everything that happened last year. But after that return to start the second half, do you feel like that truly was the return of Braylon Addison?
I think last week helped a lot of just of getting out. He was kind of, I don't want to say unsure, but just of that last thing for a player coming back from a significant setback is just getting hit and making sure everything is okay and feels right, and they can feel confident going forward. And I think that happened in the first game, and now he's closer to being totally 100%.
Ryan, based on the reaction you gauged from your guys last night, how did that reaction compare to maybe the reaction after the Arizona loss last year?
Similar, and unfortunately we can, fortunately and unfortunately we can pinpoint reactions from losses, and so there's a few guys or a bunch of guys that were in that same locker room, and we just talked about how that galvanized us last year, and there's absolutely zero reason why that can't happen again. Again, we had so many little things, whether it's gap errors, dropped interception. There's so many things that guys, again, you can sit there and watch film and go, oh my gosh, and that again, that's what makes it that much more frustrating, but you can't dwell on it. You have to fix it and move on, and again, we will, and they will.
Right here, Matt.
We knew McDowell and Calhoun were really good, but how do you feel like your linemen held their pressures that they presented?
Fairly well. I mean, they're very, very talented. Those guys in their front did some great things. We blocked them for the most part okay, but yeah, there's some unique skill sets in a couple of those guys that make life difficult. Vernon had some trouble seeing around those guys a couple times, and that led to broken plays. But yeah, they are very, very good.
Tyson Helfrich.